Intel dominated computing for decades. They had the resources, the talent, the market position. So when mobile computing emerged, everyone expected Intel to lead again. Instead, they hesitated. The market shifted faster than their strategic clarity. Competitors defined the future, while Intel remained tied to the past. The lesson is brutal. A company can possess enormous capability and still lose through diluted focus. The failure was not effort, it was fragmentation. Intel's structure rewarded complexity and parallel initiatives. That worked in the desktop era, but market transitions punished divided attention. Leadership confused flexibility with clarity. More paths felt safer. In reality, every additional direction diluted commitment. When a market demands singular focus, the inability to choose becomes inertia. Complexity started slowing the organization from within. This is where most people freeze. But at Solver Studio, we go to our toolkit, the Solver 6. The discipline is first principles. First principles strips away historical assumptions. It forces a return to the irreducible truth of the problem. During market shifts, old definitions stop working. The organization must redefine what value it actually creates, not what it used to create. Clarity emerges when the mission becomes fundamental again. First, define the fundamental product. Intel defined itself around processors for PCs. That definition belonged to a fading era. The deeper truth was simpler. Intel did not sell processors. Intel delivered computational capacity. That shift changes perception completely. The focus moves from device category to essential function. Next, isolate the ultimate goal. Intel optimized for dominance inside existing platforms, but the real objective should have been continuity through transition. The principle becomes power the future of computation regardless of platform. This forces the company to prioritize ubiquity over attachment to past success. Finally, build a commitment structure around the new principle. Intel pursued too many mobile directions simultaneously, capacity fragmented. The structural correction was singular focus. Maximize computational efficiency per watt for mobile systems. One measurable commitment. Everything outside that principle becomes secondary. First principles restores clarity through reduction. Define the fundamental product. Isolate the ultimate goal. Build a commitment structure around it. Complexity dissolves when the essential purpose becomes non-negotiable. Tool action, define, and commit. The same failure appears in ambitious professionals. They pursue every opportunity, every certification, every side path. It feels strategic, but scattered effort weakens momentum. First principles asks a harder question. What is the core value being delivered? For a writer, the metric may be published work, not projects started. The commitment structure then becomes obvious. Anything that does not serve that metric is removed. Focus returns. Energy compounds. Intel did not lose because of weak engineering. They lost clarity during transition. Complexity diluted commitment while the market moved forward. First principles is the discipline of returning to what actually matters. When the essential truth becomes clear, the correct direction becomes difficult to ignore.